Hi, everyone, and welcome. We're going to be talking about nutrition and getting back to the basics 101. This comes from Chris Boettcher, and Dr. Justine is going to be sharing some really information. So there could be lots of questions. Please feel free to give her a text, 647-987-9355. I wanted to welcome Dr. Justine with us here today, and she is our leader here at Justine Blainey Wellness Center. She is a motivational speaker in schools, universities, local businesses, even charities, and her main objective is to provide the best care for you, your family, so that you guys can be the best version of yourselves. Please help me welcome Dr. Justine.
Hello, great stuff here today. Thanks to Chris Boettcher, as well as Tristan, our co-op student, who helped put this wellness talk together. We are always trying to bring great information your way. So today we're talking about Nutrition 101. He had some wonderful ideas and hints that I wanted to share with you. We're going to come up with new information about scalp tenderness, rashes, dealing with whiplash, and how to get more energy. So if you have more topics you're interested in, let us know. We're just trying to make sure we learn one new thing every single week. And then at the end of the year, we're 52 things better, or even 50 things better. That's huge improvement, folks. That's called compounding. If we're adding one new thing every week, we're that much better. So let's get motivated for some amazing nutrition hints. I just want to share with you one thing that I'm super proud of. And a passion of mine. I know nutrition and chiropractic's a passion of mine, but many of you may not know that breastfeeding is a passion of mine. I did breastfeed both of my children, and I am a volunteer with the Peel region, and I help other new moms with breastfeeding questions. And I've been notified now I'm close to 350 moms that I have volunteered and helped with breastfeeding. And that goes with nutrition, because breast milk is the best. Breast is best, right? And it has the best nutrition for our infants and children. So if you know any breastfeeding moms with questions, concerns, that is a passion of mine. It is amazing nutrition, and it is something that I'd love to help them with. And you can feel free to give them my cell phone number, because I do that as a volunteer service. So today we're talking about food. And one of the greatest things is getting to know your local farmers, getting to buy, driving up to Caledon and buying those fresh eggs and fresh honey, learning to grow your own food. I know this past summer, I did, start to learn how to grow my own vegetables, not just tomatoes and rosemary and thyme, but basil, but getting into zucchini. And one of my amazing patients, Chris, got me into Brussels sprouts. So amazing how you can learn about yourself on how to make vegetables that are pesticide free. So we're going to go into more information about these amazing foods that can serve you even better than medicine. Remember, prevention is the best medicine. So putting good nutrients in your body is going to help you be your best overall. So fiber is removed when you look at juice. So juice is just like pop. It's just sugar, 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 sugar. So really, I know it's nice to go to breakfast for freshly squeezed juice, but remember that is full of sugar, and your body's insulin levels are going to be affected. You're going to have that spike of energy, but that comes with a crash. So I know it tastes delicious, freshly squeezed orange juice, but go for the small glass if that's a treat for you, and certainly not looking at juice not as a regular thing. And I know juice boxes are thought of for our kids, but typically you got to remember, why don't they go bad, right? They stay in room temperature for days and months and maybe even a year, right? So why doesn't it go bad? So remember that juice boxes, Kool-Aid, all of that is full of sugar and not healthy for our children at all. We want to look at eating our fruit so that we get that fiber. The society out there is, just going for processed, quick foods, and that is on the rise. Diabetes, insulin resistance, inflammation is on the rise, and that leads to chronic disease. And the scary part, the last study I just read, I think this week, was 600% on the rise for children and teens. We are the leaders for our family. So we go for quick foods, processed foods, that in turn leads and sets an example for our children. So definitely something that we want to avoid or do. Say if that's a treat, that's something that you do once a month, and it's a treat day, so it's in moderation. It is not cheaper, all right? Definitely, if we cook our own food, we're going to get better quality, and we're going to be able to be full longer, and it's going to serve our bodies for the long term. Because getting sick, missing work, missing events, missing sports doesn't serve us at all if we're not eating the proper foods, not fueling our bodies the right way. So a lot of times the governments will tell you eat 50 grams of protein, but that is sort of the minimal amount. We definitely, protein is what helps us make us full. So we want to make sure we're getting high quality proteins, grass-fed, free range, wild proteins. That means, for example, if you get the free range eggs might look smaller, but they're more dense, they're more packed, and they taste more delicious. So a little bit more expensive, but you're getting better quality, and overall better nutrition. So you're getting that packed in, so it makes it worth it. It's going to serve you better. So definitely looking at increasing our protein and healthy fats to help us feel full and avoid those simple carbs that help us have a sugar rise, but then a crash, so we feel hungry more frequently. So this means like trying to eliminate muffins, bagels, croissants, English muffins. Those things do not serve us. Looking towards having our proteins in lettuce wraps, egg wraps, much healthier. Remember, we have two brains. We think of this one, as the number one brain, but we have another brain in our gut. And there is the brain-gut axis, and it helps control our entire body. Our nutrition and how we digest our food serves us for all the energy that we need. So we need that communication system working well, and that does go through your nervous system, the HPA axis. However, it does require, just like your car, you need good gas in the tank. So if you want to realize that, what's out there in the media is marketing, right? They market what's going to sell and make money. So if you want to realize, sometimes, for example, milk, they attack other alternatives, like coconut milk or coconut water, instead of looking at healthy food. So remember that we want to be aware of that marketing. We want to look at eating foods in a routine pattern. I know we love change, but that doesn't mean change from McDonald's to Burger King to Wendy's to pizza. What it means is creating a routine and then having a cheat night, for example, on Saturday night or Friday night at the end of the work week. But a routine of eggs and avocados, for example, for breakfast. And that does not have to be first thing in the morning. It could be later for your intermittent fasting. It's a routine of vegetables and hummus for your snack, in order to, and prepping those veggies ahead so that you can prep for the week. And that's what you grab for your afternoon snack, in order for you to be as healthy as possible. Sometimes having that routine and you don't have to think about it means you're not grabbing for those unhealthy chocolate bars, quick bag of chips. So one of the things for me, I personally like sunflower seeds and nuts. So that's something that I have always ready on hand. We always have hummus in the fridge with cucumbers. celery, so that's a quick snack, so that you're grabbing that first when you're hangry, for example, rather than going to the other quick fixes that have short-term feel good, long-term feel bad, and just add the weight to the stomach and the hips. So as we move forward, remember that the marketing's out to get us. So we want to be super careful, prep ahead, and we can make healthier choices when we're not hangry, right? When we're hungry and we go grocery shopping, that's when we grab the quick fix. When we're hangry after that day of work, that's when we stop and get that quick energy bar, energy drink at the gas station. None of that serves us, and all it does is require preparation. So I do recommend choosing 2 days a week for food prep. My kids and I, we typically choose Sunday nights. It's a little bit quieter on Sundays for food prep during the week. And then we do another one on Tuesdays, and we kind of take Fridays off. So find a routine that's going to work for you. If you are going to eat bread, remember bread does turn to sugar. So, just saying that I eat brown bread does not cut it, okay? You do want to aim for, if you can, sourdough, Ezekiel bread if you're eating bread. I personally choose to eat bread very rarely. I am gluten-free. It does help me significantly. But even if you're eating gluten, my kids will typically have sourdough bread in the house, and you're still just trying to minimize things like muffins, donuts, things that sugary breads. They English muffins, one of the things that we love is tea biscuits. They don't serve you at all. That is a treat. That is like a dessert, and we want to change that mindset in our bodies. Definitely it's okay to eat bread, but we have to minimize it and realize if we have some kind of toast for breakfast, bread for lunch, pasta or rice for dinner, now we've added a ton of carbs in our day. And those simple carbs turn to sugar. And we want to increase, like I said earlier, our proteins and our healthy fats. The combination of all of those different breads, carbs affects us in the long term. So if we choose the things that make us feel full fast, like proteins and healthy fats, then we will tend to look for those simple carbs less. And also, just so you realize, now that I eat simple carbs less, even eat fruit less. So when I was on holidays and I did choose to eat things like pineapple, wow, did it taste so much better, so much sweeter. So your taste buds do change over time. And you will find that you're able to enjoy foods even more if you are careful of choosing what sweets you are putting into your body. Cooking at home does save you money. You're getting better quality. Typically, if you're making more than half of your plate green, so aim for this much green on your plate, is so much healthier for you. You will get more energy from it, longer lasting, and of course, it's going to help create overall inflammation reduction and help prevent insulin resistance. We want those high protein meals definitely as your first and second meal of the day if you can. This is challenging because many of us are taught for cereal in the morning, or muffin or English muffin, bagel for breakfast and go. If you are doing that, definitely add protein to it. Better to take a protein shake, that's quicker also. And it's okay to delay your breakfast time. It does not have to be first thing in the morning out the door, whether it's 10 o'clock or many times I will try to eat breakfast at noon. It's breakfast just means break your fast. So it's just your first meal of the day. And that first meal and your lunch, you want to be higher proteins to get your energies, and smaller meals at dinner, limiting the amount of food, especially carbs at night. And I know this goes against what I was taught, to have protein, some pasta, rice, and some green vegetables on my plate for dinner. So this is where we can, it's not saying you can't have those things, but that's a smaller part of your plate, not a quarter of your plate, or and definitely not half your plate. And this is difficult. I know I grew up with, things like mac and cheese, yum, right? But pure sugar, pure damage. So that is a treat. That is something that is, a once a month thing, not something a once a week or twice a week thing. All right, as we're going into looking at those carbohydrates, if you are going to eat carbohydrates, look at having them around your workouts. And those are the workouts where you're really getting your heart rate up, not weightlifting or just after a walk, okay? That's not enough. You want to think, if you're having simple carbohydrates, get it for something where you did a workout and you did sweat, all right? That's when the best time, as well as making sure we're increasing our hydration. A lot of times we're hungry or hangry because we're dehydrated. So one of the simple tricks is whenever you're hangry, hungry, you're just ravenous after a workout, is making sure you get more water in the tank. Looking at our meats, make sure that they're grass-fed, free-range, wild. Look for quality meats, not quantity. When we're looking at our meats, the size of our palm, and I know I grew up looking for that ribeye or that New York steak the size of my hand, not the size of my palm. So it has taken me a while. It's a work in progress, because when we create these bad habits when we're younger, it's hard to beat. But definitely, even if you go to a restaurant, cut that steak in half. Look for, the 4 to 6 ounces instead of the 8 to 12 ounces. And if you do cut it in half, put it away right away, so it's not looking you in the face and you start nibbling until you get that takeout container. All right. When we look at our soil, it's just not the same as our grandparents. I'm blessed to have had my grandfather live till he was 98. My grandmother just turned in December 97. But they grew up eating off the land, and the foods that they ate were not fast foods, and not sweets. My grandmother was a stickler to, for my grandfather on sweets and on salt. And bless her for it. So be very, very careful that our nutrition isn't what we expected. Our apples, our vegetables isn't what we thought they were. So that's why it's important to look at multivitamins, good quality vitamins, your vitamin D, your vitamin C, your zinc, your essential oils. Definitely talk to your nutritionist, naturopath. Our nutritionist, naturopath do offer complimentary consultations, a meet and greet, 5-10 minutes to chat, to see if you need more information about a good multivitamin or vitamin routine. Are you taking enough? Are you taking too much? And the best way, again, is to test, not guess. And I've said before, I always thought I was taking enough vitamin D, that 2 to 5 thousand, and I realized I need much more. I'm so fair skinned and I spend most of my days inside. So it is super important to check and make sure you're getting enough. And Dr. Udani, Sabina, and our team are amazing, but it definitely add to your healthcare team a naturopath to make sure you're getting the right nutrition, the right minerals for your body. And that can be tested. A live blood cell analysis can be tested with hair analysis to make sure you're doing the right routine for yourself. We want those higher protein diets that will help slow down digestion. It helps you feel full. It helps you feel warm. So again, we've talked about increasing that protein that will help you also reduce your calories. I know during the winter, I'm not outside that much. So get your vitamin D levels tested and increase your vitamin D in most cases. If you're low energy, look at your vitamin B levels. Vitamin D works well with vitamin K and zinc. So make sure you have that great combo. And again, if you have questions, you can ask myself or a naturopath or our holistic nutritionist. If you want to improve your nutrition, those with, acid reflux and reaching for those Tums, Some of the things you can talk to our naturopath are fermented foods, bone broths. We did some different talks in the past on that, so look those up. Tums is not a long-term answer. It certainly is going to make your body dependent on it, and then it's hard to wean off. A lot of proton inhibitors that are prescribed have challenges, dependency, and don't work that well. So again, talk to your naturopath about different options or combinations. Talk to your medical doctor about weaning off safely. To improve your overall microbiome, your gut health, remember that brain gut action. This takes 3 to 6 months. This is not something that you snap quick one thing, join another thing, and expect you see a change in a couple of weeks. It does take time to change that microbiome, and I highly recommend looking at some of our anti-inflammatory diets to make those changes. And then once you've made those changes, maintained it for a while, then you can slowly add things in because it will help your gut lining. So talk to our naturopaths again, and they will help you through this process. I know, like I said, a lot of times we get so hungry. We're just ravenous. We're reaching for peanut butter. We're reaching for a quick fix, something quick at the grocery store, the gas station, in our fridge, a piece of toast with peanut butter. But just be really, really careful. Many times when we're really hungry, it means we're tired or we're dehydrated. So look at your body weight. If you're 160 pounds, divide by 2, that's where you get that 8-10 ounce glasses. If you're not used to drinking water, prep your water bottles ahead, prep 6 to 8 water bottles ahead. Have that first big glass of water as soon as you brush your teeth. Try to get as much water in and around you, in your car. Carry it with your purse, your wallet. Have it on you at all times so you're sipping all the time throughout the day, and that will make it so much easier for you. And you'll feel less dehydrated, and you'll be reaching for those quick fixes less often. Look at, trying to be careful at restaurants. They will try to sell you the cheap things faster. So like the fries instead of a salad, the bread that comes on the table at the beginning. Personally, I try to tell them take the bread away so it's not eyeing me in the face and I'm not wanting it, especially if I'm smelling that warm bread, white bread that's just pure sugar. If I don't have it in front of me, it's a lot easier to say no. If I don't see the fries, a lot easier to say no. It's not never, but definitely that's a holiday treat. That is not a regular treat. Remember, your gut does need rest time. So that's where intermittent fasting, we've done many talks on intermittent fasting. And now's the time, to get back into routines and look at starting your breakfast later, eating your dinner earlier. So you're increasing the time, including your sleep time when you are not eating, to help your gut heal. I did talk about those breakfasts. Be very, very careful about those simple carbs at breakfast, looking to add more proteins so that you're more energetic for that first meal of the day. I know I will eat when I'm stressed, when I'm studying, when I'm reading. So be really careful to choose which rooms you eat. I try to tell people, don't eat in your bedrooms. Choose your kitchen, your dining room, specific rooms. Try to eat more slowly. I'm personally more challenged at that. Smaller spoons, smaller forks, smaller plates, to make it easier. Mindfulness to really enjoy that mouthful. I know I could eat so fast that I haven't really enjoyed each part of the food. So then I feel hungry, even though I've had a proper sized meal because I haven't slowed it down. And just, I know when you get enough sleep, then you also tend to enjoy your food and tend to eat less. So that routine, getting those hours of sleep before midnight makes a massive difference for you to be as healthy possible. Looking towards whole foods, whole grain makes a huge difference. So now's the time to, even if you can't do this every day, commit to it Monday through Friday, and then maybe give yourself Friday, Saturday night off and prep time on Sunday, or whatever your week or weekend kind of schedule is for those who are on different work schedules. But look towards a commitment to 4 days a week. You will enjoy those days off that much better. Proteins are the best. That's going to help your muscles. It's going to help your aging process. It's going to help your body deal with sugar levels. It's going to help your hair, your skin, your nervous system. So making sure it's going to help with BMI, body weight. So increasing your proteins and in the morning breakfast especially. Now, how does chiropractic fit in this? Well, your nervous system controls your digestion. Your nerve sends messages all the way down your vagus nerve, right from the top part of your neck, can wander down to affect your digestion. And when you're sleeping, that's your parasympathetic, that's rest and digest. That's when you digest your food the best. Your body is more relaxed state. So be very, very cautious that you are getting your spinal checkups to make sure your nervous system's functioning the best. Your nervous system, your brain is sending those messages all the way down your spine. There's no interference. There's no roadblocks called subluxations, areas where it squeezes or puts pressure on your nerves and you may not even know. The nerves in your top part of your neck may affect your thyroid and your hormone levels, your energy levels. So it's affecting your metabolism, and it's affecting your, reaching for those quick fixes and quick carbs. And if you go down in the nervous system, it's also going to affect your pancreas and your digestion. So, and I know that if you're hurting, you typically go for those comfort foods. So make sure you've had your nervous system checked. Look for stress on the nervous system in order for you to be the best. We do offer complimentary a meet and greet to see if this is something for you, but definitely see your chiropractor. Make sure you have your nervous system checked in order for you to be digesting all those great foods that you're adding to your body. All right, we have an amazing team. Nutrition 101 is the key for the great fuel in your body. But on our team, we have our chiropractors, massage therapists, physiotherapists, naturopath, holistic nutritionists, acupuncturists, kinesiologists. They are there to help you with all different types of therapies for you to be your best in this 2023. So we'd love to be on your healthcare team. If you have questions, please contact us. We do again offer those complimentary meet and greets. And stay tuned. Again, one hint every single week will help you be the best you for the new year. So we love you. We serve you. We do have amazing topics coming up. If you have new topics you'd love us to share with you, please contact us and we'll create a talk just for you. So connect with us, share this with others, and have an amazing night.